This is the Normal Nerds Podcast, where two very normal dudes talk about very nerdy stuff. And that's what we feel like talking about. I'm your host, Maxwell Streisy.
And I'm your host, who really hopes you guys appreciate the no swearing episodes, Davis Bates.
This episode, we're finishing up the Christmas movie bracket. And it's the Friday before Christmas, so Merry Christmas, y'all. And sit back, relax, and welcome to the Normal Nerds Podcast. All right, Davis.
Yo,
Finishing up the Christmas movie bracket.
let's go. I'm pumped. Did we ever get a poll up?
Enough time.
Enough time? Okay.
Yes,
Sounds
yes.
good. That sounds like an hour then, yeah.
I mean, originally the plan was not to record today.
This is true.
And I said I was going to put the poll out today,
Correct.
which I did do.
Okay.
And then we decided to record today. So
Okay. Okay.
I didn't fail on putting out on the poll.
No, you did not. No. I was just gauging how much time we had on it.
We have about a few hours.
Oh, okay.
But we knew it was going to win anyways.
Yeah.
So, if you want, we did the first two rounds, 16 and 8. Go back and listen to that episode. And the final four, the festive four, which I used for the last Christmas thing, but it's fine, we can use it again, is our number one seed, Elf,
Nice.
going against number 13 seed, Polar Express. And then our number 14 seed, Santa Claus is Coming to Town. Yep, 14 seed, Santa Claus is Coming to Town.
This bracket's giving you
Yeah,
heck.
because I had to write all this different stuff. Versus our number 15 seed, the Grinch, Jim Carrey. We'll get into all that jazz.
Alrighty.
But if you watched last episode,
Which it should be up on. It should definitely be up on YouTube
Yeah.
by now.
we had a lot of good ones, like Home Alone, Santa Claus. That was a tight one.
Yeah.
Home Alone 2. Who did Home Alone 2 lose to?
Santa Claus. Or Santa Claus coming to town.
But you would say Home Alone. That was probably the toughest one, right?
That was. No, did it lose the Santa Claus coming down, or did it lose the Santa Claus? It lost the Santa Claus, right?
No, we chose Home Alone 2 over the Santa Claus.
Okay, and then it lost to.
The Santa Claus is coming to town.
Okay, cool. Yeah, that was a tough one. That was the hardest one, easily, because I just like what you said. Like both times where it was up, it was like both are amazing.
Yeah.
So, we had to go with the more Christmassy themed one. I think, right? That was a big thing. Yeah. By the way, nice sweater.
Thank you. Nice sweater too.
Thank you. My Rick and Morty sweater. I only get to wear it once a year.
Yes. And if you listen to the last episode, I went back and listened to our previous ranking of Christmas movies. So
Did you actually do this?
we had top 3.
When did you find time to do this? All right.
Listening to audio.
I
I do it at work all day.
I don't know. All right.
Top
You don't
3.
get-
We only did top 3.
Okay.
But you did honorable mention of Santa Claus being your number 4. So if you're saying Home Alone is better than Santa Claus, which we did agree upon, then your top 5 did not include Christmas Story. Actually, you know what included? A movie I totally forgot about.
Which one?
I still haven't really seen it, but it wasn't even on the list. And we didn't even talk about it. But it's A Year Without Santa Claus.
I put that in the honor. So you'll see in the on the YouTube video, we accidentally had some technical difficulties, so the video runs out at some point, but the audio keeps going. I tossed in honorable mentions. I put that on there.
Oh, okay, yeah.
So
You had that as your number 2.
that's a great movie. I love that movie a lot. I believe that what I was arguing about when it came to A Christmas Story was that you were snubbing it. And
I said
better.
that it wouldn't be in your top 5, and you're like, "Oh, I think it would be in my top 5." And I said, "No, we already did this, and it wasn't in your top 5." And you're
Maybe now I've changed my mind.
"Oh my
People
god!"
change.
So he was wrong.
And so he was also wrong because you
I
snubbed
wasn't
it.
wrong.
You
I'm
snubbed
not
it.
wrong for snubbing it.
That was the whole argument.
No, yeah,
Yeah, and then you expanded to this other thing. But if I literally just go if I just change my mind right now, it's like it would be my top 5. Then you're wrong, and I win.
Okay. Yep. Anyways, oh my god,
You went back and listened to audio to try to win this argument. I don't care. You also
Because I said I was
went
gonna.
above me on. I don't chase things after we get off the
I said I
podcast,
was
really.
gonna. I said I was gonna.
You said no. You set yourself up not to do it.
I did set myself up not to do it, but then I was just sitting there. I was like, I'll listen to it, sure. And I was interested that because I totally forgot about A Year Without a Santa Claus.
It's a great movie.
Yeah.
It really is. I mean, it's got Heat Miser and Snow Miser. So I always want to call him Freeze Miser. I don't know why.
Damn, that's actually a pretty sweet name.
It wasn't me first.
Gosh.
It
Gosh, I always forget that one is one.
Yeah, yes, it is. Yes, it is.
I was listening to that episode though, and I was like, okay, we are swearing a lot.
We do swear a lot. We swear a ton.
Yeah, but it was way more aggressive back then.
Back
Like
then, yeah.
it was like every other word. So I was like, okay, we don't need to do clean episodes all the time, but I'm glad we've like gotten away.
We definitely
from...
have drawn it back a little
Yeah,
bit.
it was like, especially me, it was like every other word was like an F-bomb. And I
Yeah,
was
oh my
like,
God.
jeez, we're talking about Christmas movies. But let's hop into it.
right.
You guys voted and on Jingle All the Way versus The Grinch, and The Grinch won, Jim Carrey version, as expected.
Oh, of course.
So let's jump right into it. Elf versus Polar Express. Ooh, that's tough.
That is tough. Actually, no, it's not. I can still go to Elf. I know this is tougher for you, maybe.
This is like, if you listen to the last episode, I didn't have my full opinion on Elf. Elf is just an okay Christmas movie to me. I don't really think it's in the top 5 Christmas movies. You do. You have it.
I do.
You have it at number 3.
Yeah, it's an amazing movie. It's an amazing
I think
movie.
Polar Express is better because it's more about the spirit of Christmas and it's beautiful and wonderful. It's so fun for kids.
Sure.
It's
I mean,
glorious.
Elf is more fun for kids.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
I would agree with that actually.
Yeah,
but
it's
the
just-
Polar Express, has. This
I understand. Don't get me wrong. I'm not
speed.
like I'm not snubbing the Polar Express. I understand it's an amazing movie that everyone should watch. But I just think that Elf is just it's not only is it Christmas themed, but it's also about like trying to get the family back together, and it's also about at the end of the day, it's all about trying to get New York City, this terrible in the movie
awful place.
terrible, gross, and real life, but like this
Yeah.
negative place into believing in Christmas. Like you forget at the end of the day, like that is the story. And
That is the story.
They just want to get
But-
people to believe.
Polar Express is way more spirit of Christmas based.
Yes,
By
that
a
where that
mile.
is the full story of the movie. Like that's like the core main theme. I will say that getting people to believe in Elf is like the secondary theme. The main theme is a man was raised by elves.
Yeah, the main theme is funny. The
Yeah,
main
it is.
theme
It's funny. It's
just,
supposed to be fun, enjoyable,
like
yeah.
a funny movie.
Yeah.
I
My
don't
vote
know
is
about
Elf,
this.
though,
I know your
because-
vote is Elf. My vote's Polar Express, and we've really got to come up with a game or something to like not rock paper scissors. Rock paper scissors is so random.
It is random. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
it's just like,
If everyone's got suggestions out there, feel
Yeah.
free to put them in the comments to how we decide tiebreakers now.
yeah,
'cause
we really got to figure.
We're
it out.
running into these a lot more now because it's
Yeah.
starting to happen now. Our first few brackets,
Not so much.
not a single dispute. And
Well,
now,
that's like this one is like specific for me because like Polar Express is like I actually had Polar Express as my favorite Christmas movie.
oh really?
It's my favorite
That's
Christmas
wild.
movie. So like, and I think Elf is just okay.
But yeah, well, that's just you though, because Elf is proven to be more than just okay. Like it's played all the time. It's like one of the top Christmas movies for so many people.
You can't use this argument.
Why not?
Because with the Christmas songs thing, you like threw that argument out the window. I was like, this song is clearly popular, and you're like, it doesn't matter.
That was for songs, not movies.
That-
We're on a whole different thing, man. Leave the past behind.
No, you can't. That's like you can't just like
Fine,
people remember.
fine. I won't use the popularity argument on this one.
But because of that, I'll let Elf move on. It is like more popular. It is higher ranked. A lot of people don't like Polar Express, as we talked about for stupid.
Well, that
reasons.
that is dumb.
For
Yeah,
stupid
that's
reasons.
dumb. People are
It's
dumb.
creepy.
It's
But Elf can move on. I'm fine with that.
yeah.
And then it's Santa Claus is Coming to Town versus the Grinch Jim Carrey version. Santa Claus is Coming to Town.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, I
Oh,
know.
wow.
I love. Well, The Grinch is amazing. We talked about it. We did talk about it last episode, though. How it is still Spirit of Christmas and all that stuff, but the core plot is that it's funny and all this stuff. Where Santa Claus is Coming to Town is about. It's about the spirit of Christmas. It's about
Santa.
Santa. It's a great take on it. It's about bringing joy to children. So yeah, that was just. I don't know. It's one of those heartfelt ones that'll always just be like, yeah, that definitely wins, I would say. Not that the Grinch isn't one of the greatest Christmas movies out there, but
You got
Yeah.
as your number one.
I believe that. Yeah, I believe that. I still have to watch it until this. Well, maybe by the time this episode comes out, I'll probably have watched it. I have
But
not watched it
sometimes
yet.
your favorite doesn't always make it past.
This
That's
is
just how it
true.
works,
This is true.
So
This is
sometimes-
true. This is true. It's just so good though. Oh.
Like I'm pretty sure Rock Around the Christmas Tree isn't our favorite Christmas song.
Correct.
We both would say it's not our favorite.
It's definitely not mine.
Yeah.
I love it, but you know
Why?
what mine is.
Oh yeah, one.
I mean, there's a whole other thing on that episode of that. Yeah.
But that's how the brackets work. That's how they work. All right. So then we got the final. Elf, our number 1 seed, versus Santa Claus Coming to Town, which is I think it was the 14th seed.
Wow, man, it managed to climb pretty well.
It was 14 seeds. So we got the number one seed.
That's
versus-
crazy.
This is pretty interesting because it's like a new guard versus old guard. I want Santa Claus coming into town. That is a staple for me. It will be a staple for my children. It's a staple. It will be a staple throughout all of time. And I once again, I am on the boat that Elf is just okay.
It's definitely not just okay, but
It's better than just okay. That is true. That is true.
yeah.
But I mean, on the pantheons of Christmas movies.
I just don't know what I would. I'm just trying to think. Like, if I had to make one of these, erase one of these movies from history, I don't know which one I would pick. That's the big thing.
That's an intense way to look
I know
at
it is intense. Well, this is an intense one. This is an intense
I didn't look
one.
at it.
Elf is so good, but I love Santa Claus is Coming Down. I love it. That's a great movie.
Yeah, the reason I definitely think Santa Claus is coming to town is there's image of you're just kids with their hot cocoa. And you're just you're sitting on a chair, and it's just a warm, nice Christmas night, and it's Christmas Eve, and you're getting ready for the holiday, and they're all just happy watching just this nice, wonderful family Christmas claymation movie. I know it's so old school, but that's
You're old school, yeah.
But that is oh,
you liked your slow Christmas songs, and that was pretty much the same argument you just had. I just imagine myself in front of a fire with chestnuts.
It was those moments got to be so wonderful as a parent. They got to be amazing.
Have you ever had roasted chestnuts?
No.
Neither have I, right?
Who has?
I don't know, yeah. Maybe your dad one day. He's working on it.
Those are black walnuts.
Once again, I think he's going to expand his borders soon. Okay. This is my compromise on this one. I am going to pick Santa Claus is Coming to Town to win this. I want to put a poll out, though. I just want to see what the results are from that. But the winner, I want to decide the winner on the podcast today because we haven't done that for the last few.
I know, yeah.
So I want it to be Santa Claus. It is. You made a good point. It is great. It's great. It's wholesome. You can show it. You can show it to people at any age, and you'll pretty much enjoy it. Mm-hmm. We got to put one foot in front of the other. I quote that in my head sometimes when I got stuff to do. It's it's a great motivational thing, and I talked in depth about it on the last podcast. How it was it's great, and I was scared of the half the movie. I'm terrified of the Ice Wizard, and the other half it's he's just a nice guy, and he had magic candy that made reindeer fly.
Yeah. I honestly, it's really funny. I think with this bracket, I made me appreciate Santa Claus is Coming to Town more. I didn't think about it. So I was oh yeah, it's a classic. Oh yeah. Blah. But when we started talking about it, I was oh my god, the movie's so good.
It is so good.
It is so good. Yeah. When you were the shipping him and Mrs. Claus, I was oh yeah.
You guys are great. You guys are great.
So even I was man, that movie's actually I can't remember what my top three were back then. Jingle All the Way, Polar Express. I don't know what the other one I had was, but
I'm sorry. Can you say that again? I was thinking about the movie still. What did you just say?
About?
I was thinking about another underrated movie is Frank Claus.
What Claus?
Frank Claus.
I don't know what that is.
I think that's what the title of it is.
Fred Claus.
Fred Claus. That's it. My Frank. No,
I still never saw it.
Really? Oh, that's a good movie actually. I like that one. It's very very funny. Very late or early 20-teens, I think. It's good though. It's Santa Claus's brother.
Is that Vince Vaughn?
Yeah. He's the brother to Santa Claus. And the beginning of the concept of the movie is that when someone becomes it was Saint Nicholas. So when someone's so good and all that stuff becomes a saint, the rest of their family gets immortality too, because we're going to say immortal, some shit like that.
Oh, okay.
Some stuff like that. I was so close.
You were close.
I was so close.
We have
some stuff like that.
Left of the podcast.
Some stuff like that. So, but anyways, and then it's Fred Claus is just kind of annoyed that he's always playing second fiddle to his brother, and that he's also alive forever. So
that's funny.
Yeah, so
I'll check that out.
I think it's a really good movie. I think it's worth a good watch there.
On the list of Santa Claus, not Santa Claus, the Christmas movies, they always put Bad Santa really high up, and I'm
I don't know. I like that movie, but
I've never seen it. I don't know.
It's intense.
It looks kind of I'm just
intense.
I'm are you putting? I feel when you have best Christmas movies, anything like that is put that towards the bottom.
Yeah. We don't need that. We don't need
Christmas. Let's bring back the Christmas spirit.
Yeah. So I've definitely Santa Claus Coming to Town. That's our winner. I like that one. I like that as a winner. Yeah, I should roll. I'm just curious. I'm just we can talk about it later, but it's not. It's just one of those ones where it's we should decide the winner right now.
I wonder how many people haven't seen Santa Claus Coming to Town. We grew up in I don't want to say I grew up in a traditional house, but we grew up in households where Christmas was a thing, and sitting on a fire.
That's a good question.
I don't know because some people you can tell they're just Christmas, and you're oh what? Come on.
I don't know if people hate Christmas. It's Even if you don't celebrate for like a religious aspect, it's like, come on, guys, it's like presence and joy and happiness. We're like, we do this to like try and like make the cold months fun and happy. It makes the month of December, everything after Thanksgiving, it makes amazing. And even if we get like, whatever, Buffalo got rocked by a snowstorm. I got locked out of the city last year for Christmas because I went home. And I was like, you know what? It's still Christmas though, so I'm still having a good time, so it's fine. Like, I don't know. Yeah, it's I don't want to be in the city. Maybe people had different opinions then, but it's still Christmas. So
no bah humbugs on this podcast.
Exactly.
Thank you, Normal Nerd Nation, for listening and maybe even watching another podcast episode. Make sure you follow us on Twitter, Reddit, YouTube, and Instagram. Davis is always posting hilarious memes on there.
Also, like and subscribe while you're at it, and leave a rating if you have some time. It helps people find the show.